Hi everyone, it's Miss Carla here at the Palos Heights Public Library. Today we're going to do another STEM challenge. Today we're going to make snowflake ornaments using borax, string, and pipe cleaners. So let's get started with the first part of this video. Okay, you will see I have a glass jar. Now this is a jar you do not want to eat out of, by the way. This is just a jar that will be okay to get different things in it. You're going to need 10 inches of string, which I've already cut. As I said, you're going to need a pipe cleaner. You may want some food coloring, and you're going to need some borax, which get your parents' permission to use that for sure. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut your pipe cleaner into 3 equal sections, as equal as you can. I will warn you, it's a little bit tricky to cut pipe cleaners. And it does not have to be perfect, but you want them to be close in size. So I'm kind of just lining them up. And we're going to make the last one close in size. Okay, so I've got my 3 pieces. Now we are going to twist them together from their centers to make a 6-pointed star. So you can kind of see my star, but we need to twist them together. And try to do it from the middle. It is a little bit harder than it looks, so it might take you a second. That's okay. It's taking me a second to kind of figure out what I'm doing also. Okay. And it doesn't have to look perfect, but here is my star, my 6-pointed star. It's okay if they don't look perfect because actually snowflakes naturally don't always look even. Okay, so now you're gonna need your jar because you're gonna want to make sure this fits in your jar without touching the sides. You can't squeeze it or anything because the crystals are gonna grow. So as you can see, mine doesn't fit, so I need to cut it down a little bit. So you're just going to, at this point, cut the ends down until it fits nicely inside your jar. And yes, it's making a little bit of a mess, just a heads up. Okay, I need to cut a little bit more. Okay. And I just need to cut the tiniest bit more right here. Still cutting. So yeah, you're gonna have to play around with it because you don't want it to be touching the sides at all. So it actually is gonna look kind of small, but that's okay. Here's my star. This is what we want. So it goes in and out very easily. Okay, we're done with that. Now, I already cut my 10 inches of string, as I mentioned. So I'm gonna tie one end of my string to the center of my snowflake. And you can just do a normal little tie here, like as if you're tying your shoe. Okay, then I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna kind of just do this to see. So your snowflake, the pencil should be hanging. I don't know if you can see that. You don't want it to be touching the bottom, so you want it to be hanging a little bit off the bottom. So now when you kind of figure out where that spot is, then you're going to tie the string to the pencil, the other end, so that it hangs freely in the container. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to do another loop. And like I said, it might take you a minute. That's perfectly fine if it does. So string, it's a little tricky to, the string I'm using is a little tricky to use because it's kind of messy. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm gonna make sure before I tighten this knot, perfect. That's kind of where I want it. It's actually touching the bottom, so I'm gonna do another loop with it because I don't want it touching the bottom there. So yeah, it might take you a few tries to get these steps down. Let's try it again. Perfect. Okay. So see how it's not quite touching the bottom? Okay, so we actually are done with this for now. We are going to take this out and set it aside. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to boil some water. So make sure you have your parents' permission to do this. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to get some boiling water and then I will be back. Okay, so off camera, I filled my container, my jar with the boiling water. So make sure, like I said, you get permission to do that. Now we're going to slowly add borax powder into the water. And what you're going to do, start with 3 tablespoons, and you want to get all the borax to dissolve and stir. So we're going to keep doing that. That's going to take a minute. It's okay if some of it dissolves to the bottom, but we want most of it to go away. Be careful because you have hot water, borax. We're going to make sure we wash our hands when we're done. Okay. We're going to try a little bit more because we want to do it till no more is dissolving in the water. Okay. So I think we're good. I know it's hard for you to see, but at the bottom there's some borax that is not dissolving. So now what we're going to do is add some food coloring. And probably it says more than less, so like 20 plus drops. Okay, so now for the final step, you're going to go back to your pencil snowflake and you are going to gently drop it in there. And now the last step is we're actually going to leave it alone for 24 hours and then I will come back and we will see our final result. Hello, it is the next day. We are going to pull out our ornament and see how it's doing. So hopefully you can see that. My ornament has crystals on it. Let me lay it so you can see it better. It didn't turn out exactly the way I thought it would, but that's okay. The great thing about this experiment, you could always try it again and see if you get different results next time. So basically all that's left to do is you can cut it off the pencil or untie it, and you can hook it to a hook, and now you've got a nice Christmas ornament. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, please let me know the next time you're in the library. I'd love to see yours if you made one. I'd love to see a picture. But otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye!